How long you been a DJ, dude? Like,
Да мы уже начали, да?
I mean, yeah, we could just start whenever. Like, was it like, did you start at a certain age, or like, how long ago was it?
So I've been wedding MC, ведущий,
Hmm.
for almost, I would say, 8-9 years, and I never been DJ before. I mean, like sometimes when my DJ got sick, or I don't know, like maybe like want to eat something, I helped, and I just like play a little bit of music, like while like in between of the part when we like dancing on a wedding. But
Uh-huh.
then I never been a DJ, and the reason why I become DJ is because when I came to United States, I never speak English before, and I learn every single day and watch like Sesame Street or something, like trying to.
Yeah, most
Yeah,
people do that. Yeah.
yeah, right. So, but
Which is smart.
it's still being not enough, especially like when the main instrument it's like English, and you need to speak English well enough on weddings. So I become a DJ. So, and as I kind of like watch tons of YouTube, like didn't sleep, didn't eat, just playing, mixing. I bought a simple like board, and I mix tons of different music. I meet with people, ask them how they did it. So, and that's how I become a DJ for a couple of years, until I just realized that I don't want to be DJ. I don't want to be a wedding MC host, but I really like videography, and I become video maker.
Yeah, yeah, I know you transitioned to that, like, kind of like in the more recent times. But like we were talking before, and like from what I know about you, you're just almost like more of a serial entrepreneur instead of like, oh, I'm just gonna go try to get a job or get a a degree so I can get a job or something like that. Like, were you what like instilled that in you? Was your dad like that, or just you naturally wanted to pursue something else besides just a 9 to 5?
I am sick. I think I'm just sick. Sick,
Sick.
yeah, because I have ADHD, and there is nobody can tell me what I should do. So it's always been really hard for me to work for someone. I remember I've been in
But you work well with people, though. I know that. Like,
yeah.
you're very good at like interpersonal skills, like being able to. But like
It,
when somebody's telling you what you have to do, then you're just like, maybe I have better ideas. Is that what it is?
it depends what's the mission and goal behind it. If I doing like if I make wedding or video for you, and I know that I'm making this video for you, I gonna be the most dedicated person. I won't sleep, I won't eat, I will make it done.
But if it's for somebody and it's for
Exactly.
paycheck, you just don't have the motivation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've been a dramatic theater actor,
Yeah,
like
yeah. You were
drama
telling me
theater.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I've been in my graduation study, and working on my PhD on Russian history,
Dang.
and it was so boring that I decided I want to be an actor. So next day I decided, and I went to the theater. I sneak into a theater through the security, like, and I knock on the director door, and he opened up the door, and I like go, hey, I want to be an actor, and he like, what are you doing there, guy? Like, you're from the street. And I tell him that I can sing a song, I can dance, I can read a poetry, and I start to do it. Like, while I explain, I actually like start to sing and dance in
Oh, that's
front of
cool.
this guy, and he got like so surprised that he tells me that he actually will give me a chance. And then because he wanna like be transparent, he called like entire board of actors and people, and they cast me. So, and they give me tasks.
Casted you. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they give me tasks. They ask me to like to do all this like different scenes, and I did them, and they hire me. So that's how I become a theater actor. But because they hire me as an extra,
Uh-huh.
and everyone hate me in theater because it was a guy from the street that want to become an actor, and now he got the job, and they
Like that
study like
jealousy
5-6
and that
years.
stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
And one thing that changed my life is like once this theater won the like something like award, and people from London came to do Shakespeare, like Hamlet. And instead of like when theater give them the list of actors, they actually tell, we don't want to this list of actors, we want to cast these people ourselves. And they start to cast everyone there, and they cast me, and they give me second role. They give me Laertes, and
Basically,
like
second leading role.
exactly, yeah.
So you even got even higher.
And everyone like been so mad at me, like in theater, and because of then I've been Laertes in this role in drama theater, and then people from TV saw me and they hire me for become a TV host, and everything's like intertwined in kind of like one thing all together. And I become like actor, like while I'm waiting MC, I was actor, and then I was TV host without any education, without any graduation.
Just
And
jumped into it.
yeah, it was crazy. And then I just came here to United States, and I can't use these instruments. I can't use anything besides creativity that I've got there. And what I started to do, because I like video, and video was my passion. I bought a cell phone and tripod, like kind of like this the stabilization.
Oh,
Not tripod,
yeah.
like the stabilization
With
for
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Steadicam.
Steadicam, yeah.
And what I did, I put the cell phone and Steadicam in my pocket, and then use my cell phone, and I like swear in Russian, walk through the security because I can't pay for the tickets for the big conferences. So and nobody like no I know for sure that no one security in the world will stop you if you, it's embarrassing, I know, if you go through the like
No, that's
through the
genius.
security and you go like in Russian, and like, and they go like, this Russian guy really mad, and nobody asked me for the badge, nobody asked me for the tickets. So I get inside of the conferences, and I've been like really like adrenaline, and like, I mean, I'm violating the stuff, and then I take my cell phone out of my pocket, put on the camera, and I film inside, and I film entire conference, and then after conference I try to sell this footage to the people who run the conference and come up with like, hey guys, like, you hire videographers for $5,000, like I make a video which is look like okay, and you can buy this for 200, and somebody buy it.
Dang.
Yeah, and that's how I met people on the conference that hire me, and they made me like head of video production in their company in Silicon Valley Innovation Center. And
Freaking
that's
A,
how,
bro.
yeah, and that's how I just go like, okay, I guess video will be my stuff now.
Shit.
Yeah, so,
That's not bad, dude.
I mean, it was really challenging at some point,
Of
but it was
course.
really interesting, and that's the passion to technology and to all this stuff change from kind of like transform from being MC to DJ to video guy, because everything is kind of like what you have here. It's just like you plugging in the stuff.
Everything's like interconnected. Like whatever you're doing
Exactly.
now, you could use it like later on, and like whatever you learn from those things that you were doing is just like, I think the important thing is just to actually try different things, because you might find out that you like it, or later on you'll find out that maybe I want to pivot a little bit differently and do something different.
Yeah, but you never lose the skill. Like our parents always
Exactly.
tell you, everything that you know you won't hold behind the shoulders or whatever. Все, что знаешь, за плечами не носить.
Uh-huh.
Да, говорят наши родители.
You can't carry on your back or something like that. Everything you should.
Your knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is untrue, because like everything that you're exposing yourself to, and it's giving you some kind of a skill, and it's helping you transition into your next stage of life.
No, так, that's what they're saying. Everything that you know, you don't have to carry it because you know it.
Oh, okay. Now
Yeah,
I
you
see
see,
that.
все,
Now
что
I see that.
знаешь,
Yeah.
все, что знаешь, за плечами не носить. То есть тебе не нужно это за собой.
Yeah, it's not a
таскать.
burden. Like
Yeah.
if you could expose yourself to new ideas or new skills, it's not a burden. It's
Yeah.
not like a baggage that you're going to be carrying with yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah, so, and then you just mix it to your passion, and then really quickly I realized that I don't want to be a video maker anymore, because when you video maker, you just one camera guy and you just have to go and film by yourself. But I can go beyond that, and I can hire people that doing video, and that's how we can make more videos all together. And I start to develop these kind of things. And then when COVID happened,
Oh yeah.
you can film, you can send people to locations.
Yeah.
And I go like, okay, hell yeah, let's do animation.
Oh,
So-
nice.
now this entire thing moved to animation, and I hope it will stay there, because animation is fascinating. Basically, you can use animation for describing the future, the world,
Concepts, ideas, everything, yeah.
that not exist yet.
Yeah.
So video is kind of like the tool that you just use like right there, right now.
And like every step that you took, it brought you closer towards like a more efficient way of doing something that you're passionate about. You know, like you said, first it was just you, then it was just you and another guy, and this and this, and now you're just kind of figuring out more and more like, I want to be in this space, but I want to do it smarter, I want to do it better. And like you were telling me a little bit how it runs, and I'm just like, wow, that's, I mean, I know that some people incorporate but I'm glad that you figure that out yourself as well, and you have like this little ecosystem going now, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how things works pretty much. I guess for everyone, they just follow the light. I think like they pivot their direction, following like if they see that the sun is shining from this side, kind of like.
Yeah, the key is just to show up and like
Mhm.
to keep on moving,
Mhm.
and you'll get somewhere. You can't just hope for things to get better. And I mean, it's tough for a lot of people. Dude, you're a freaking workaholic, bro. Like, this is the first time that you took a day off and everything. Like
4 years, yeah.
I don't have to explain to you that you just have to show up, because you'll just show up until the world burns down. But you know, there's some people, you know, which is the opposite. It's like they're not motivated. They're like a little bit depressed or whatever. It's like, just like you said, try to figure out something that you like doing. Just start moving. You know, like
Mhm.
start doing something.
Yep.
And you'll eventually find your way. It might not make you money initially. Don't do it for the money, but do something. Even if it's just like getting your mind off of your daily grind, your job, that'll still be a positive. And maybe you could, you know, either distract yourself with something positive that you like doing that might develop skills that you could use later on, or, you know,
It just become a habit. So
Yeah.
you just do things like that as a habit. It's kind of like everything is about environment. I love this book. It's called Atomic Habits or something. Атомные привычки.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Atomic habits.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
Atomic.
Atomic.
habits,
Yeah. Sorry for my accent again. Like
No,
4 years,
no.
4 years ago, I never speak English before. Like my best. Like I remember I listened like some of my earlier messages that I record in English
Mhm.
4 years ago, and I was like, my name is Kirill and I love potatoes or something. Like seriously, I can't.
I
like,
love
my-
potatoes
my
too, bro.
My vocabulary was terrible.
No,
So,
like, how old were you when you came here, though? Like 4 years ago?
26 now.
26 to pick up in 4 years
30, yeah.
how well you speak now, that's freaking crazy.
You just read the books.
Yeah.
And basically,
And plus also it benefits that you are around mostly English speaking people.
Yeah,
Like that's
yeah,
why
yeah.
you really picked it up.
yeah, I mean, Sesame Street is basically everything is about environment.
Yeah, immersing yourself.
Exactly. So, and how to do that again, getting to this book and to what you say, when you doing one little step, it's basically instead of putting the cell phone near your pillow when you're going to sleep, leave the cell phone in a living room and put the book right near your pillow. So the first thing when you wake up and you grab, it's gonna be the book, and then read it for 2 pages or like 5 minutes. It's fine. And before you go to sleep, put the cell phone in the living room again and read the book for 5 minutes. And you will be surprised, like in 2 months, you will read 300 pages.
Almost like tricking yourself into doing the right thing.
Exactly, because what most of people doing, they have a cell phone on a pillow or like near the bed. And every morning they wake
I'm
up.
horrible with that, bro.
Exactly. Everyone.
Yeah.
And you wake up in the morning, you start to search the whatever, like read the mails, messages, see like who impressions on your cell phone, and you lost for a
Yeah.
couple of hours, and you screw your day. But most successful people, they wake up, they doing like some meditation, the gratitude, whatever, praying, whatever help,
Yeah, yeah.
right? And
All that works.
yeah, and they start their day clear mind, clear mindset,
Yeah.
and that's helped them to succeed, to do better on their job, not necessarily business.
And some people will say, "Oh, that's just a waste of time. I just want to get into work and everything." Like, you're not going to be as efficient with your working, and you're not
Yeah.
going to be as creative if
Mhm.
like your mind state is not right.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, because basically I remember myself, like I used to watch a lot of news, and like especially when was some politics involved in Russia, when I live in Russia, and I like being crazy about Russian propaganda news. And then I get to United States and I watch a lot of news about the presidentship, the previous president.
Mhm.
And it's fascinating. I mean, like, it's really interesting, but it's poison, it's toxic.
Yeah.
You watching
yeah.
this news every single day, and
It gets you addicted almost like to chips. Like it tastes good because in the moment you're just like, I need to know, but ultimately it's just destroying you, your
Exactly.
mental state and everything else.
and it's dirty also, and like
You know how
instead
many
of
depressed people like watch TV and everything
Mhm.
like that? I'm like, dude, like you think you're if you miss an hour, you're gonna miss something crucial. They're putting you in that state, just like
yeah,
step away.
it's their job to make news. So,
Exactly.
and nothing happened. Like, if you look back 4 or 5 years ago, what happened if you skip all of this news?
Your life literally did not change. Like you could focus on your
Yeah.
own personal life. That's what
Right.
you could do instead. Like you're distracting yourself with all this news.
Exactly. Yeah. So basically, like, if you think about it, like, let's say, like the troubles in between Russia and Ukraine, for example, in 2014,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Terrible, like horrible things happen. But for me, as a like entrepreneur, or entrepreneur, because sometimes
We're all
I-
man. No,
I
like
wonder-
you, the way that you work your ass off, bro. Come
It's
on.
okay. So, but basically, like, my knowledge, like knowing that something horrible happened in between of the countries, but I
Mhm.
can't help it. I can't do, and don't get me wrong, there is people that are going like, we want to volunteer, we want to like collect some money, we want to like do something for nation, we want to do something for people.
Mhm.
I just think different. And like, for me, I didn't watch, I stopped watching TV like, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago. And wherever news, like crucial news, like Bitcoin drop, something, like I hear it from my friends, from people like who there, like they go like, there is like stupid movement, like, I don't know, the protest about like Navalny in Moscow.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's almost like if it's big enough news, it'll reach you anyways. You don't have to
Exactly.
be plugged into it all the time.
Yeah, to monitor it.
Yeah.
But this time you can save to put something in your brain, something important, something that
Exactly.
make you a better person, like skill.
You know what I started doing? Like if I'm just doing like tasks or running errands or something like that, or whatever, cleaning the house or something, I'll literally, instead of like playing music, I'll just put on a audiobook, and
Mhm.
I'm sitting there and I'm listening, absorbing all this information while being productive with something else.
Mhm.
Like that's way better than like just put on something mindless or music. Sometimes you need music if you need some energy or something like that, but like why not? Like I even go to the gym and I'm sitting there 2 hours on the bike, I finish 2 hours of a book.
Yeah, and it's incredibly helpful and great, because this is how you build your environment, and that's exactly what you and I just discussed, like, before the podcast. You surround yourself with the success that you're seeking. You surround yourself with the knowledge that you're looking for, and not necessarily you have these people being your friends, but they are your friends because you read their books.
Yeah, like that concept of you are the six closest people that are influencing you, and like you don't have to be physically like those people the closest to you. It's just like what you expose yourself to. Like we're just living in such a lucky time that you
Mhm.
literally could just expose yourself to such amazing thoughts and ideas and everything like that. Like yeah, it'll change you like eventually, but like the key is just to like show up and expose yourself to that and everything like that.
Yeah.
Don't be hard on yourself. Like a lot of people, it's like, oh, they want change like overnight or whatever.
Yeah,
Just
one step at a day. Like, just everything is could be done. Like, this one page per day, or 2 pages, 10 minutes of reading per day.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I literally changed my body back. Like I came to United States, I've been like really big. I exercise a lot of, so I spend a lot of time
Oh
in
yeah, you were telling me like you were
in gym.
pumped up. You had
Yeah,
like
yeah. I don't know like how it's it in pounds, but like in kilos, like я делал приседания, squats, yeah,
yeah.
squats, 200 kilos on my shoulders.
What?
Yeah, and like gym, штанга, 140 kilos from the
Bench
chest.
press? You're
Yeah,
talking about, yeah.
from the chest. Like I've been pretty big, dude.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, and because you're immigrant and you have to work like day and night. Like sometimes I work in like 12, 13 hours a day, like without weekends, and your body's just like
Yeah, you don't have
shrink.
time to go to the gym. Like
Exactly.
you don't have, yeah.
But you know what I just realized, just really recently, since November 2020, I start every other day, I just doing like one more push-up, and I barely can make 10. And I remember my body. Like pushing like 140 kilos,
Yeah.
and now I can do 10 push-ups. It was really depressing. But then I just like this week I did 10. Next week I did 11. Then week after it I did 12, 15, and now I'm doing like 40, 45 per set.
What?
Yeah, and
Non-stop?
yeah,
Holy
just
crap.
just go like, and it's not because I want a body or something. I just doing one more
Yeah.
day, one more page, one more push up, and one more nice person, one more hug. I don't know, like one more cool conversation and cat in your life.
This guy.
Yeah.
He's always trying to be on the podcast.
Okay, so he's a cat superstar.
Yeah, like I think, do you think that there's like some kind of a link between having some kind of physical fitness and having those physical accomplishments and having that mental strength to actually continue your pursuit of whatever business you're trying to run and
Yeah.
or start or whatever? I've really noticed that it's kind of hard to like force yourself initially to go to the gym. You know, it's like, oh man, like you said, you could either wake up with your phone or you could wake up, you know, with meditation, things like that. Some people might say like going to the gym is a waste of time. I would rather just spend that extra time, you know, doing this or whatever. But like for me, I noticed when I started going to the gym, it transforms your mental stamina almost. Like so you could focus more on the things that you need to focus on, like trivial things are, you know, not overwhelming you anymore because you exhausted yourself at the gym physically and you overcame that mental anguish and you're just like, all right, dude, I'm ready to kick ass.
Yeah, you're also proud of yourself. You like get a bunch of endorphins. Your bloodstream is running.
Yeah.
You feel much more better, and besides that, you just go like, okay, I came there and I did like one more push-up. I'm really proud of myself, so I can do that. And next time when you like life beat you up or some stuff happen with you, you just go like, okay, I've been there before, and I know how I know that I handled it like last week with my body. Why can't I do it like today with work?
Exactly. And it's almost like I've noticed, I mean, I've never been like a big gym head, you know, but I did notice when I did try to like dedicate more time towards like physical fitness, life becomes less overwhelming. Like you said, like you could just push through it. Like I accomplished this, like I could do this.
A lot of successful people, they saying that they actually more productive and they got their most inspiring ideas when they actually like either walking or climbing or I don't know, doing their hobbies, wherever like yoga. I mean, something not job related, but basically you could be so close, kind of like the Russian poet Sergei Yesenin. He mentioned that большое видится на расстоянии. Да?
The big things are visible at distance.
That's correct. Yeah, so you can see the big picture from the distance, and when you distance yourself from your desktop and you go into bike or exercising or you're
Exactly.
swimming on or
Because
kayaking.
if you're too absorbed in it,
Exactly. Yeah.
you miss like you miss the picture of what you're
Exactly, and you
doing.
just go like, wait a second, that's the solution, and you go, and while your body working, your brain, like doing some exercise, your brain can still be in focus on your goals, on your I don't know, targets.
Yeah, your mind almost like is allowed to wander,
Mm.
but like around that subject. I mean, you've heard that Steve Jobs would always like go on walks, and he said a lot of my ideas came from just walking, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and that's so true. Like the mental and the physical is very interconnected. Like the way that you eat and all that other is also
You are what
important.
you eat.
Yeah, I mean, true. I mean,
Yeah, seriously. I mean, I honestly believe that you are what you eat. I see that I'm not vegetarian, but I see that vegetarian people or people that not eating meat, they age better. I mean, I don't know how that things works, but I know I can
yeah.
surely say that, like statistically, on my personal opinion, I see more people that never eat meat or eat less meat, they aging better. And my biggest culture shock and like something that I incredibly like been surprised, I saw this African American guy, gorgeous, like he's tall, absolutely strong, he's world powerlifting champion, he doing like really heavy lifting weight, he vegan, he eats once a day. Like this guy lift heavy like weights and he eats once a day. I eat four times, like
Yeah.
seriously, man,
Yeah,
how?
but like that is one like subject that there's a lot of pushback on each side.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
some people are very religious about the fact that like you shouldn't eat meat. Other people are like very, adamant that you definitely should. I think it's just like a healthy balance. It's not like
Everywhere.
it's not just this or the other. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like we were
Mm-hmm.
just talking about that concept. You can't look at things black or white.
No.
Maybe if it works for you, like maybe cut down on some meat. Don't just like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
consume it all the time. Maybe that'll work for you.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You know what's interesting? You just say this, and I catch myself that actually, um, when there is never black and white, and I will tell you even more that there is never right solution for specific individual. Like something that works for me could never work for you because your body type, your genetics,
exactly.
your past, your mental health, your body chemistry. We are such unique people. Like as I mentioned before, like I have ADHD, right? And I've been diagnosed with the ADHD like here in United States, and that's why I finally understand why I'm interrupting people, why I am like so kind of like always kind of like dedicated to one thing, but nobody can force me to do something that I'm not interested on.
Yeah, I
And this
have to
is,
see if I have it, man, because I swear, like I have those traits.
I mean, maybe it's just excuse, but like some people, and now then I know how to manage my ADHD, like either herbal or I take like some specific stuff like atomoxetine helping me. It's the
I'm
drug,
sure it has positive effects on your life as well,
right?
right?
But the thing is, like, I am have a interesting set of chemistry and
Yes.
interesting set of stuff that works for me, and maybe for me, like to sleep 6 hours a day, it's normal, but
Yeah.
for
So
somebody else,
like we were saying, like nothing is black or white, wrong
no,
or right.
no, no.
It's
And
what works for that person, and like that's why it's important to focus on yourself and like
mm,
dedicate time to
mhm,
yourself, instead of like trying to figure out, oh, if only the world did this or if only that person did this. Like, really, do you know them that well? Like to give
mhm.
them advice, and you're really that sure?
Yep, that's correct. That's why speaking about like the meat eating and the Asian stuff, like again, it's really individual, independent. But the one important thing that always work is a mindset, right mindset. So, and again, for different people, right mindset could mean have different meanings, right? So like, but pretty much
Yeah.
is just it's have some general things like surround yourself with the right people or right information, correct people,
Yeah.
right information. Uh, be healthy, потому что в здоровом теле здоровый дух. In a healthy body, healthy
A
spirit,
healthy mind, yeah, a
right?
healthy
Healthy
spirit,
mind.
yeah.
And you are what you eat, because like it's seriously like if you meat machine and you like if you feel meat give you all this energy, yeah, go ahead. But if you like think that it's opposite, sure,
It's almost
could
like
be
you're
right.
you're saying all these things, but that guy on the couch is sitting there like, yeah, bullshit, like
Mm.
this, and this is just woo woo. Man, it's all about just trying little things, but like be consistent. Don't be like, I only vegetables today, and I felt like shit. It doesn't work for me. I mean, did you try it for a couple of weeks, or did you try this new thing that you thought was going to help you for a couple of weeks? Like, stick to it.
But basically, even the people who listen this right now, they are more different than just guys sitting on the couch and go like, "Hey, this is the bullshit." Because these people, they open mind people. They looking for some information. They not
True.
happy. They not agree with what they have. They want more. They
Yeah.
looking for answers. They looking for information. They
Or you could be happy. You're just trying to like have a more broad spectrum on life and things like that. I think it's important to seek out more information, more motivation. So, like you said, surround yourself with the right kind of people, so that way, like
Yeah.
you're just almost like pushed automatically towards that positive direction. You're going to succeed.
Let me ask you that. Um, did you ever, like, that's actually like open question,
Yeah.
but I want to ask you, did you ever feel entirely happy? Like you go like, I'm so happy, I don't need anything, I am just like enough.
I think when you're a kid, you have those moments.
Mm.
As an adult, you realize that there's so much to happiness, and not everything is. You're smart enough to understand that happiness is not what you thought it was. Happiness is more being fulfilled. So I'm generally never too sad and never like hyper happy, because that's also a disorder, like bipolar.
Okay, yeah.
When everything is amazing, I'm so happy. So you have to almost like, hey, acknowledge the fact this is an awesome state of life right now.
Mm.
Like I'm happy, I'm satisfied, but also realize that there's other things that you could be better at. And the same goes for when you're gonna encounter tough moments in your life. Guess what? Your brain is automatically going to go the same way.
Mm.
This is tough. This is bad in some ways, but there's also good in some ways. So I think it's important to have that kind of balance.
That's why I ask you, because like when you're saying like that somebody like sitting on the couch and they like, I'm happy, my life is full. I don't think like I never met anyone that happy that say like I'm enough, I am full. If they really honest with themselves, there's always room for progress,
Improvement,
room
more
for
yeah.
for something. Like you've got your Mercedes, you want more. You've got your house, you want more. You've got your, I don't know, like 20 push-ups, you want 21. It's just human nature. I mean,
I
like
think
progress.
there are people, because that's why some people go into Buddhism or things like that, to almost like get rid of all their desires, so the less things they have in their life that are tying them to pursuing other things. You could probably achieve it that way, but I don't think that's. I'm not sure. I don't think it would necessarily work for me. I think some people are happy, but I think happiness and being satisfied are two different things. It's like I'm happy, I can be satisfied, but I think if you don't have goals or things that you're trying to achieve in your life, that's when your life honestly becomes almost like very pointless in a way, and like meaningless, and you if you don't have a goal that you're striving for, your will to live almost like diminishes. Like, why a lot of successful billionaires don't just retire? Because it brings meaning to their life, what they're doing, and it literally keeps them going to wake up every day and be like, hey, I have so many things that I still want to achieve,
Yeah.
and their body's like, yeah, dude, we're staying here.
Yeah.
People that retire, do you know this?
Money is never the
Statistics.
money is never the goal for people like this.
It's not. It's to
Their
accomplish like
journey.
your goals, your
Yes.
motivations. A lot of people die 5 years after they retire.
Mm.
I don't know if you know that. There's some kind of statistic. I know.
Really?
I know in Walmart there's a lot of that. Like the truck drivers, you know, like they'll literally a year, 2, 3 years, done.
Oh my
Like
God! Seriously?
funeral, yeah. Because I mean, if all you were working for was for your retirement,
Mm.
then your body's like, all right, we achieved what we wanted to. See ya.
Oh my God! Yeah.
And same goes for your mental state, I think. So when you don't have things that you're looking towards in the future, your mood becomes different. Like your whole spirit almost like becomes like more dim, and you're less motivated, and like you start to die from within.
Mm. You know what's interesting? You mentioned from the beginning of our conversation about, let's say, there's some people and they feel desperate because they don't know what to do, and they like trying this and trying that, and it's not working for them, and they like looking for better, different options. I want to get back to this, kind of like to the beginning of our conversation, kind of loop our conversation, and to share one of the most incredible thing that I ever have and hear. It's about dedication again, and it's about for you how you achieve your goals. So basically, if you imagine the curve, kind of like horseshoe curve, yeah, so that flip
from up to down and then back up.
Exactly, yeah, up, down, and back up. So, and you like put 5 invisible dots, kind of like the one dot on the upper left, then below it the second dot, then the third dot in the bottom, like very bottom of the horseshoe, and then fourth on the middle right, and fifth in the upper right. So most of the people, whatever they're doing in their life, they follow this horseshoe pattern. So they start from the very top on the left, when they go like, oh, I want to be a nails master, or I want to be a podcast guru or something, or I want to be a videographer.
Yeah, they're excited.
It's so easy. People doing that, like, I gonna do that, I cannot. And they start to do that, and then they go down, and the second level, which is down middle, they go like, oh, it's so hard. I didn't know that there is so underwater stones and there is so bumps on this road. It's like many people doing the same things, but I can't do that. I still excited. I will do it. And then they get to the thing that called Valley of Despair. It's the place when most of the people quit. They came to the place when they go like, no, hell, I can't do it. Everyone better than me. Everyone's smarter than me. I have nothing. I can't do the nails. I can't do the podcast. I can't do the video. Everything is suck. I can't make money. And they just desperate. And this is the biggest dragon in our life. And most people quit here. And they quit here and go into square one. They go like, oh, I want to be a soccer soccer player. I want to be a
and then they go through the same cycle again.
Exactly, and they go on again and again, and most of the people going through this cycle again and again. But the only people who walk through this valley of despair, and they beat this dragon when they absolutely desperate, and they go like, everyone's smarter than me, everyone better than me, but I will still doing it. I dedicated. I will do 1 page a day. I will do 1 squat a day. I will do like 1 show up a day. And then they go to the next point, which is point number 4 on the right, which is going a little bit upper, when they go like, it's freaking ridiculous, but I will keep doing it. And then the point number 5, they become master of their thing, and that's when they become super wealthy, super famous, super everything. And that's what you just say. This is the people, they're here not because of the money. Because if it was money on your mind from the beginning when you start this journey,
you would stop at the valley of despair.
You would drop it there, because there is no money in the valley of despair. It's desperate. Right?
No, that's true. Yeah, like again, your motivations and the reason why you do things, is I think you have to have a lot of conversations with yourself. Why am I doing this? Like again, dedicating a lot of time for your own discovery of yourself, and that'll help you to succeed in life, in business or anything else like that. Because you're always going to have setbacks, but it's not. It's again, it's neither black or white. It's not bad or good. So if there's a setback, like you said, find little tricks that like keep you going, or like maybe also evaluate, did I do this for the right reason or not. If it is for the right reason, okay, how can I trick myself into keeping it on going, and showing up every day. I think that's super important if you are an entrepreneur, especially. And did you learn that over time yourself, or you just been naturally like that, or you
I
just
think this is a good question. I never can answer this. I guess it was half and half, but I can surely say that I absolutely believe that people, talented people that be born talented, they like really like have a gold spoon in their mouth, or like I don't know, gold whatever in their hands, or gold hands.
seems like, yeah, just some
If
people, no matter what, like they're
really
just
really
successful. Yeah.
blessed successful people, yeah, if they're not practicing their skill every day, if they're not dedicated, they always gonna be behind the person without any skill from the beginning. But
They're just grinding it and
exactly,
grinding
the
it. Yeah.
person that ready to go and to die on this treadmill or wherever.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
kind of like, I love this thing. It's just built from the meetings, conversations like this, from the podcast like this, information like this. I remember being in Russia, didn't speak English at all. I again and again listened one thing, interview with Will Smith,
Mhm.
and it was simple. They speak really simple English and they have subtitles, so I translated for myself. And it was like 3 minutes pieces of from interview, like the most important things from the Will Smith conversation. And he says, you could be smarter than me, you can be better than me, you can be like better than me in any aspects of life, but if you and I will go on a treadmill or like stadium to run, you'll never want me, because I will die on this thing, but I won't stop running.
Yeah, you have
So
to have that kind of
it's
mentality.
just
in
mindset.
some ways.
Yeah. And if you have this mindset, nobody can beat you up.
I think sometimes that mindset is destructive, but in a lot more ways, a lot of people could use a little bit more of that, because
It's
everybody
never
gives up a little too
destructive.
easy.
It's never destructive if it's balance. And balance is about everything.
True.
It's like through our conversation.
And again, if it's for the right motivation, then you'll find that inner strength, and it's really just having that conversation with yourself. Okay, why am I doing this? Is it for the right motivations? And then if it is, that's when you're gonna push through even like the hardest times.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Elon Musk. For him, it was never about the money. He had a bigger mission in mind. So that's why he just wakes up every day, and he is always fighting fires, and always, just dealing with obscene obstacles. But for him, that is worth it, because his motivation is right. It's for the right reasons.
And then stress come out, and how to handle the stress and cortisol level in your blood, and how to be less stressed, how to be less feel anxiety, because like this is the second big dragon in your life, because the more successful you become, the more stress you have, the bigger troubles you face, and the more responsibility you have. What to do? Gratitude. You just become grateful to everything you have.
That's so true. Yeah.
And again, like religious people that can pray, people that non-religious, they can meditate, but just start and end your day with gratitude. This is what I hear and read every time, everywhere. And when I speak to successful people, they all grateful, they all happy with what they have. I mean, we all have troubles.
Yeah.
There's always bad days, but if you just go like, I'm so so happy that that happened. And you never can be more successful without making mistakes. Mistake is the most is the best valuable feedback from the life that you can take and learn from.
Yeah.
So that's why I
I
mean.
I truly noticed that in myself. What you were talking about, gratitude. Um, I just naturally have been more of that kind of person. But when I tried to be more conscious of it and practice it more, man, your days become less stressful, like you said, less overwhelming because you're sometimes so focused on the things that are not going right that you don't stop to be grateful for the things that are going right, and you don't notice them, and and just being thankful and developing that positive mental state of being grateful, thankful, and just it really helps you to get out of the weeds
Mhm.
and continue to go forward
Yep.
because you do realize that this life is not just a struggle, not just this. There's so many great things here, but like if you don't stop to appreciate it, you might as well not be there,
Mm.
you know?
Yep.
So a lot of people don't realize that, and they just, like everybody says, there's a lot of depressed millionaires, and it's not because money made them depressed. It's maybe just they didn't develop the right kind of mental um, habits,
Mhm.
for their own wellness, well-being, and sense of um, satisfaction and peace.
Mhm.
If
And what I hear about this kind of statement, that it's true, there is a lot of people that achieve their million goal, and they really upset because if you ever achieve
they
something
they just put their whole like meaning of happiness on that number,
on
and,
this
and
number,
life
yep,
is so much more broader than that.
exactly, that's what happened. And basically, like, I don't know, like you personally, when you have a want to buy a car, or you want to buy, like, I mean, let's say car, or like at least the cell phone, for how long you're happy with your new iPhone,
Like it's short-lived.
right?
Yeah.
That's exactly the same with the million, but million is much harder to get than the iPhone, right?
Yeah, so you're climbing that mountain for such a long time, and then you get there
And
and
then
you're
you
just
get there
like,
and you go like, okay, and what else? What next? Is it like,
and
was
it's
it?
not even that like aha moment. At least when you buy something, you got that like big explosion of happiness. You get a million, you're just like, there wasn't even no confetti that flew out of a cannon,
No,
so it
usually
was a
like,
long
yeah.
journey to find out, hey, there's nothing here.
That's why all of those people, smart people, dedicated people, they just saying that should be something beyond this thing,
Yeah.
because million it's just a number. You just have to have a mission.
Yeah, obviously, for I don't know what it is for you, but for me, it's I would want to become financially uh, just stable
Hmm.
and able to enjoy my life in a way where I'm not so concerned with am I really able to afford this or not, or am I going into debt to enjoy this. Um, that takes a lot of work, but like that's my motivation, is just to be able to spend more time with people that I love. That I
But man, even million didn't bring you there.
no, I don't have a million,
I
but
mean,
like
seriously,
a
like,
million will not bring you there.
yeah,
Yeah, obviously.
especially right now, like,
No, yeah,
people that like own the house in San Francisco, they are millionaires, right?
yeah,
They
yeah,
they
but
all, like, entire
exactly.
city of millionaires, right? They all have a house in San Francisco which is worth, even if it's look like a dog house, it's like it's worth
Oh
like
yeah,
more than
yeah,
almost $1 million, right?
yeah,
So it's, yeah, it's about the mindset. It's about like to find yourself and find the mission. What why you want to wake up in the morning?
yeah. It's almost like for me, I wake up to try to figure out every day to have more of a fulfilled life, and how I could achieve that in the future.
Hmm.
Why do you do the things that you do? Like, what's your personal? I think is it the same for you?
Not really. I mean, yeah, obviously, yeah, because like what you say, it's make total sense. I love technology. I love future. The reason why I'm doing animation and
Oh, nice.
like all this stuff, it's because it's a future. It's something that will happen tomorrow. That's people develop today. Like
And you love being part of that.
I love to spread the word about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like to be part of it. Yeah, to feel that I'm part of it, and
Nice.
to be able to give people an opportunity and money to live. Like in Ukraine and Russia, like some of my friends, when I leave the country, they tell me, uh, "You're not patriot. You're leaving the country. Like you are betrayed the country." I have people right now from Ukraine and from Russia working on the projects for American startups, and I pay them money. And I think I invest in Russian economy more than I did when I've been in Russia,
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
a patriot or whatever,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
So it's not about that, and it's about like how cool is that? Like there is company Atama Coffee or Atanama Coffee. They making because of the global warming, and they worry about how people like destroy the ecosystem. They start to create coffee out of sunflowers shellhi. How it's called?
Oh, the shells of sunflower seeds?
Shells. Yeah, the
Wow.
sunflower
Wait,
shells. They create coffee out of it.
how?
Like
It has
through
caffeine in it?
it's I don't know, like it's molecular something. The company located in Seattle, they raise a couple of rounds of investments, and they
Freaking
incredible.
Silicon Valley coming up with all
Seriously,
these
yeah,
crazy ideas.
yeah, crazy, like seriously. Then this another startup, they print in rockets. They print in rockets
Oh,
on
like 3D printing you're talking
3D
about?
printer and rockets, and they claim that they be able to print entire rocket on like for 60 days, like including inside parts. So like including like parts inside. And this is not just the rocket that flying up. This is reusable rocket that been printed in a freaking 3D printer, man. Like
Can I ask you a weird question? Why do you think there's so many ideas in this one country and like so many innovative things that are happening? I know in other parts of the world, like they also like credit due where credit is due, but like Silicon Valley especially.
because Silicon Valley is the vacuum cleaner for the world brains, or I don't know. It's like
Oh yeah,
just
like you were saying
just
before. Yeah.
taking the smartest people from the world because
What's
it's
that visa called? Like if you
O1.
get
O1.
O1 visa.
Yeah, talent visa.
If you basically if you have a degree and they need you somewhere, you get a visa to work over here.
I mean, a lot of smart people get this visa and came because of this visa to United States,
Yeah.
and the United States supporting this thing because
Exactly.
United States is really smart country. Like otherwise, like I don't know if it's true or not. I read in some public in social media that the guy create exoskeleton, like
Exoskeleton.
yeah, exoskeleton,
Uh huh.
and to help people like that can't walk to walk in Russia, and they give him ticket or something like for experimenting with medical stuff.
To come over here.
No, the Russia
Oh wait, they punished him.
punish him, yes, because like he sort of
Oh
like
my-
experiment with the medical equipment or something
Oh
like
my
that.
god.
And again, I don't know if it's true or not,
It sounds like
but
a
it
Russian
sounds
thing
like
to
it
do.
could happen, right? And things like that, like in United States, like obviously, how long do you think this guy like spent time in Russia before he like came to United States and keep doing what he doing and keep researching and building stuff, and what kind of country will give him a citizenship in the end? Will it be Russia or United States?
The United
I
States,
believe
yeah.
the United States.
And that's why, yeah, like when you encourage that kind of like, and you create that kind of environment, that's why your country, your economy can grow.
Yeah, and that's why Silicon Valley is like such a great place. And for me personally, mm, it's incredible. Like to see all these startups. Like I remember I've been absolutely extremely excited to see the flying car. Like I signed tons of like non-disclosures and all this stuff, but
Nice.
they hire me and call me to came here and to film this flying car concept, and they again call me to be there because they raise like numbers of rounds of investments,
Uh-huh.
and now they call me just like a friend, not like a videographer,
That's so
but
cool.
to see that, and it should happen like this next week. And it's incredible, like you live here like 2 hours from this place when they testing the flying cars, like seriously, man. And of course, like that's what keep me up in the morning.
Yeah, that's
That's
what
what
excites you.
that's what I want to
yeah.
do. Like, yeah, and that's why when I talk to my team that located in Russia or Ukraine, and I go like, hey guys, there is startup. They signed the contract with NASA to build the houses in the moon using the moon soil under like extreme temperature. Like,
What?
what? Seriously? And of course you get excited because like it's incredible.
Yeah, your team's gonna
This
be
is the
like,
future.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
What do we need to do?
Yeah, seriously. And we live here. We are so lucky. Like
100%.
people that can speak English and read English books, they have so much advantage like in front of the world, like for
Yeah.
everyone, like. And at the same time you can just watch what's going on in place like Africa, like this places when these pirates live. I unfortunately I forget, just lost the word.
Somalia?
Somalia.
Yeah.
Yeah, the people live in the metal
Containers?
metal containers or something.
Yeah, like those shipping containers and things
Exactly.
like that.
They don't have water, and it's like 2021. Seriously, man. Like, I mean, could you imagine this? And we are, I don't know, like buying the extra scratching post for our cats because our cats don't like the color.
Yeah, or I
Seriously.
can't afford the iPhone 2711, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm so mad, other
Yeah.
people are, come on.
So yeah, that's why I mean, like we have all opportunities to be great, we have all opportunities to be successful, and if we're not, it's just because we are not dedicated enough to do that.
Yeah, yeah. Life's a game to figure out. Like you have to like show up, dedicate time to yourself to figure out what motivates you, what's going to make you happy. If you don't, I mean, unfortunately, there's a lot of people that are depressed and are in the rut. Hopefully, they find their way out of it.
They definitely will. I believe that if you're depressed, there is always sunny days. I mean, could be chemical depression. Could be more than just being sad, more than just being upset. Could be like incredible hard life circumstances.
I think if you're in a rut, what you could do is like maybe little by little try to change your outlook on life and your mentality and bring in fresh ideas, like by exposing yourself to other people's ideas through books and things like that, and that'll help you to get out of that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of people like just kind of give up and be like, I'm just gonna pray to God. Well, I mean, God gave you the brains and the hands to help yourself. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so do a little bit. Don't be so hard on yourself. Just do a little bit every day, and you'll get out of it.
Like this anecdote, like the fun story. I don't know, like if people will be mad at me because I will say that.
Like a
It's
joke.
kind of
Yeah.
like a joke, yeah. That the person go like, hey God, like I wanna be rich, and he asked God like every day,
Uh-huh.
and finally God talked to this person and go like, okay, if you wanna be rich, go and buy the lottery ticket. Finally, man, do something.
And
Like,
even then the guy's like, man, but it's so
I
hot
mean,
outside.
I don't know, yeah. Yeah, you are the key. You are the key to your success.
A little bit closer.
You are the key
You can
to
move
your
it
success.
closer. Yeah, that's true. It's just it's a little bit hard sometimes to try to figure that out. It's I'm sure you had your struggles, you know, like you've had the things that you had to overcome, and you had those frustrating moments, like you said, where you were at the bottom of that bell curve, you know, and you were just, you know, like we've all been in places where it felt like life is breaking us or things like that. But it's almost like take that break, step back, like step away, and then be grateful, and you start noticing other things, and you get out of that rut that you're in.
Yep.
Yeah. Hopefully that, you know, helps a lot of people. I know it helped me, seeing people, you know, just kind of lose their way a little bit. It made me scared when I was growing up, you know, seeing that in my family, and I saw that there was another way. You could you know, do that, um, life that you saw a person do and end up in the same situation, or you could just try to make slightly different choices every day, slightly different, and even that one small little degree of difference every day ended up putting me in a completely different, you know, situation in my life. Obviously, I'm not completely happy. I still have a lot of things that like I wish that I accomplished. But where I came from, I have to be very grateful. You know, I think you especially, man. Like, I mean, I don't know if you've ever struggled with like sadness or anything like that, but you came from, you know, Russia, Ukraine, not speaking any English, and now you're just you doing your thing in Silicon Valley. It's, bro, that's something inspiring. That's why like me and you always clicked. Like when I talked to you the first time, like I heard like this positive attitude, and this guy that's excited about life. I was like, this is awesome. And
Yeah, you know, like I remember Hulk, the character from Marvel or the Hollywood character,
yeah, yeah,
the professor. I don't remember his name, the name of the character, but he says when they asked him how he managed his anger, he tell them, "I didn't. I always angry." You know, so you could be always desperate. You could be always sad, unhappy, unsatisfied in some level, in some extent.
uh huh.
But there is something bigger than that. Something that.
You have to realize that that's not the only thing in life.
Mm,
Yeah.
yep. And again, just it's so simple when you practice gratitude.
Oh, that's.
It's it's the way you
It
see
was a
it's the
game
way you
changer
see
for
the
me.
world. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like I love this thing. I hear this once and it's changed my life entirely. It's kind of like this guy said. He said that our brain, um, he never leave. He never see the sun. Our brain. He never sense the wind. He never sense the anything in life. Our brain sit in a black dark box,
Yeah.
and everything is like our senses tell our brain this experience. So you can choose what you want to experience. You can choose you want to experience the good things or bad things. I mean, like I remember everyone who ever been in Russia or Ukraine, like in like 2000 or like before 2000, they remember how dirty could it be. They remember even right now sometimes, like some places, it could be like a lot of trash, a lot of cigarettes, because everyone smoke, especially like after winter, and there's a lot of mud everywhere.
Uh-huh.
And I remember myself walking, like being so depressed months after months, walking around, and I see this cigarettes on a street, like tons of them after the snow is gone,
Uh-huh.
and it's mud and cigarettes everywhere.
Dang.
And it was so disgusting. It's poisoned my life for months. And then one day I remember it. I decided, okay, wait a second. I read the book when they say that something about the guy that looks at sky and stars, and I go like, wait a second. What if I, instead of looking cigarettes, I will start to be really curious about how the roofs look like. And I start to look on the roofs and the balconies and like see like how they build the facade of the buildings and all this stuff. You know what I noticed? My life is entirely changed.
Yeah.
Seriously, I forget about the cigarettes. In my life, there is no mud anymore because I start to look at the roofs, skies, and the
Yeah,
top
it's
of the
still there. Like
trees.
just the anger is still there, but it's there's more to life than
I
that.
just
And like
change the angle of
change
my
your
focus.
focus. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like what you choose to dedicate time to and your attention to, you'll notice more of.
Yep.
And that's why like there's so many people that like we were talking about watching the news. You're just exposed to that over and over
Mm-hmm.
again, and you're gonna think life is so depressing. You're
Mm-hmm.
on at imminent threat from so many things because you just that's all you're exposed to. And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what
again,
you choose to see.
exactly.
Yeah, and exactly the same about your environment, your toxic friends that came to you and talked to you about how terrible their life, how miserable their life, what they hate about their job, about their bosses, and all this stuff. And sometimes you repeat it without even thinking. Like,
Yeah.
how many people that listen this podcast have a grandma that tell them, don't leave food on the plate, finish it,
Yeah.
die
Everybody
die,
probably has
die
that. Yeah.
die die,
Eat
you
that.
know, eat
Yeah.
that, die die,
Finish it. Yeah.
finish it. Why they saying that? Like, and these people repeat it, like, because
To their
probably,
kids. Yeah.
yeah, because probably there was time when it was war or something, and was food shortage, supply and something, and you have to eat because like you don't throw out bread or something.
Exactly.
But right now you just sitting, and my grandma tell me like die die, and I go like, grandma, why? I'm full, I don't want it.
Yeah.
And when you start asking yourself why, and when you start to change your focus, like from instead of blindly repeat something what your friends and coworkers complain, you just go like, wait, why you complain? Maybe you just lazy ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. If there is so many shit around yourself, maybe you just shit yourself. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like those people that just walk blindly as a drone and like a zombie. Uh, they're just repeating the same things and
Without even thinking why they're repeating it.
exactly, and they're unhappy. Instead of just stopping and focusing, like, hey, why am I unhappy? And am I just influenced by somebody else's thinking? And like, do I like being like this?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody likes being like that, but like they feel like they have no other choice. You do have a choice, like you said. Your brain is in a dark room.
You
It
choose what.
experiences what
Yeah.
you what it
Yeah.
yeah. You choose what
You
it
choose what
experiences.
experience. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a very important thing to remember for a lot of people, and I think the gratitude part is especially. I think for me, that really transformed my life. And I mean, I just had somebody ask me like not too long ago. I went to church last Sunday, and somebody was like, "Oh, so you're gonna start going to church?" I'm like, "No, I just went to church. I go to church sometimes. I don't go all the time. Just because I went doesn't mean I'm gonna start going all the time." And they're like, "So are you Christian? Like, or like, do you pray to God?" I'm like, "Yeah, sometimes." And they're like, "So you pray to God, but you're not Christian?" I'm like, "Well, I honestly, the only time I pray is like when I'm like, my prayers are like prayers of gratitude. When I feel like I have to just be thankful about this or whatever. Sometimes like when you're down a little bit, you just like you start thinking about or like you just say a quick little prayer, like, hey, I thank whoever's up there, for the fact that I have this, I have that I'm able to overcome these things or just pray or just think about those things that you could be thankful for that'll transform your life.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. I think it's you're not you shouldn't label things. I mean, like Christian, non-Christian, I don't know, Catholic, who cares?
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
are
do
you a
you
good
fit into
person?
this box? Yeah.
Are you a good person? Are you did something for the world today? Are you did something to yourself? Are you loving yourself? Like, if you read Bible, if you're a Christian person or whatever, I can surely say that Bible is one of the heaviest book I ever read. There is so much struggle. People struggle here. I mean, there's so much knowledge and wisdom there. But meanwhile, like when you read Bible, you just go like, oh my God, there was really violent people back there, and uh, it's not about that. It's about wisdom. and Bible say love yourself, right? So like you have to love yourself first, and only through the love to yourself to be take care of yourself, you can take care of other people. Because
Yeah.
when you're grateful, when you're happy, when you fed, you're not hungry, you not struggle, you're not depressed, you can help somebody,
You could be
you can
a
change something
shining light in
to
this world,
somebody
like
else.
you
Yeah,
could, but if you don't have that inside of you and you're just yelling to everybody that, you know,
yeah.
I, I'm Christian or I love God, you're not
Yeah.
convincing anybody. You're not doing anything.
Not really, yeah. I mean, it's always depends. It's so many different people. Every person is individual, and there is, again, as you mentioned many, many times, there's no black and white. If you feel like go to church, go, because maybe only there you can experience this deep gratitude and relax to extent that you can be productive.
Yeah,
If you
exactly. I
can do
say the
it,
same thing.
if
Like,
you can do it in your couch, if you can do it in your car near the lake in the forest, if you can do it in your office while you're talking to your coworkers and changing the something, like creating something, and you experience the same feelings, I guess God somewhere near.
yeah, true,
Right?
right?
So
Yeah.
I mean, this is only my belief.
I'm the
Yeah.
same way because I'm not really Christian. I'm not really like religious. I'm not the opposite of that either. I think we're all just trying to figure it out.
Hmm.
There's a saying: believe people that say that they don't know. Be very suspicious of the ones that say that they have found the.
Interesting thought. I never think about it. Yep,
Yeah,
it's true.
because like everything is kind of a maybe.
Hmm.
It's like you said, we're all different people. It might work for you, it might not work for the other person. We all have different physiologies. We all have different brains, different emotions, everything like that. Focus on yourself to be a better person. Change yourself, and you can change
Find
the
your
world.
answers. Find your personal answers that will help you to be
Yeah,
a better person. Yeah, and you can change the world, I guess.
yeah. And let's leave on that note because I know you got a long drive, and but it was awesome to spend time with you. We'll definitely next time shoot some more AR-15s and things like that. We
Oh
went to the
yeah,
range today. That was fun.
that was the best thing, because I, for the first time, today was one of the first days, very first days when I actually like did nothing work related, and for the first time I feel, I sense this American kind of like way of life when you in a gun range and you shooting the guns, and I can surely say it's scary. It's
Yeah,
really,
especially that guy when we walked in, he was shooting some kind of like.
it's just terrible, because like all these people go like, we want to fight, we want to war, we want to like state for all this stuff, like,
And they
guys,
don't know what they're talking about.
go
Yeah,
go
just
just in a
yeah.
gun range and like listen how terrible these things sound. They, I mean, they fun, don't get me wrong, I love the rifle.
Yeah,
it
but
was it
imagine if it
was
was carnage and everything like that. That
just
just
imagine that you're
yeah.
in a field covered by mud, somebody like the bullets flying above your head, and you just go like, I want to live in peace.
You're right.
I want to live in peace, because this is scary, this is miserable, and I mean, unfortunately, some people experience that,
Yeah.
and I think they can probably say that it's terrible. I remember myself as a kid in 1995 in Budyonovsk,
Hmm.
and there was a time when Basayev and terrorists came
Oh dang.
to and take the hostages, tons of hostages in the hospital.
Oh dang.
Yeah, and that was just being scary being a kid. Just feel the atmosphere of the air in the city these
Yeah,
days, and
change. Yeah.
it's it's a bad idea to desire war or conflicts or all this stuff, but it's a good idea to experience that and be in a gun range and go like, oh, that's what I need to avoid. That's
Yeah.
what we need to stay against of. That's what people should avoid in
Yeah.
their
Again,
lives.
like live a fulfilled life, like experience everything because that'll only make you a happier and better person.
Yeah.
So But you said that you like shooting the AR-15 more, so next
Yeah.
time we'll do more of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, brother, it was
Well, thank you for having me there.
of course, my man, dude. Hopefully we could do it some more, and dude, looking forward to next time, brother.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Have a good one.
And thank you for people that listen this podcast. It's really, really, I'm really grateful for your time. Thank you so much for spending this time with us.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you guys.